please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? We're on, right? Yeah. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. We need the approval of the November 12th, 2025 regular meeting minutes.
So moved.
Got a first? Did you get a second too?
Second.
Got a first and a second? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay.
Abstain.
All right. Got two abstains, abstations. Clerk Treasury Report. Ms. Becky?
Okay, in your packet, you've got your fund report through November 30th, 2025, your riverboat budget, and the summary of budget is the projected expenditures. 2025 riverboat summary is your revenue. 2025 donation summary. We have no new donation requests and no merchandising business licenses.
Wonderful.
And I've also included the full appropriation packet for everybody too. If anybody has any questions about any of that. We're here Monday through Friday, 8 a.m.
And some days longer.
Becky, I
will
did
attest
notice
to
that the riverboat revenues are as low as they've been since, what, 2020, which was COVID, was that?
Now, wait a minute. I thought we still have 2 months reporting to come back, right?
Oh, we do?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, that'll be included in
So I think it's gonna be
Okay, I
Yeah.
thought it was.
exceeded, actually.
Okay, good.
Yeah, we always hope we go up a little bit from last year,
Oh,
right?
yeah, that's great.
So, the other thing I'd like to point out is on page 3, if you guys look under, let's see, water, sewer operating, electric operating, and water operating, we're finally starting to go in the right direction. Finally. So, thank you to you guys for taking the big leap and raising the rates. I know nobody likes to do that, but it goes a long way to paying your bills and
Did we get any comments at this
None.
sitting?
none. So, yeah. Yeah, so I just want to point that out. That's big. Okay, Mike, you want to give a GRC update?
Yeah, really not much going on. We seem to have a lot of irons in the fire, but nothing to report of any significance tonight.
Okay, good. Shane, under Mayor's report, please.
Yep. I got the report for the month of November. A total of 408 calls for service were made. That brings our year-to-date to 5,051. 10 traffic citations were written. Year-to-date is 184. 20 criminal arrests were made. Year-to-date on those is 191. 13 crash reports were taken. Year-to-date 80. And new case reports taken in November is 27. Year-to-date on that is 303. We didn't have any trainings for the month of November
5,051. It ain't Mayberry
so
anymore.
far, so.
So, that's amazing. Thank you. Thank you for all your officers do. We appreciate it. Okay, Ryan, Greendale Main Street report.
Yeah, we have our last event of the year is this weekend. It's Greendale's Christmas on the Avenue. We have 5 houses in Greendale that'll be open for the home tours. And then the Daniel Major House in Lawrenceburg will be open. $25. You can register on greendalemainstreet.com or we'll do check-in and registration at Emmanuel Lutheran Church on Sheldon Street. $25 at the door.
Okay.
That's happening. We had our Shred Day event. They rescheduled it and waived the fee for that event for us. So
They didn't charge you?
no, we
Nice.
didn't get charged for it. So
Good.
worked that out with them. We shred about 3,000 pounds of paper that day, and then on Monday we were notified that the grant that we asked you all to let us apply for on your behalf, on council's behalf, we were awarded that from the Indiana Department of Health. It's for $20,000 for trail plan development. So Bryston Cutter did a ton of work on that, and Mike Perleberg helped out with that. And so we've been notified that we've received it. We're still waiting on the actual agreement to sign. So
Nice.
good news to have that come.
Yeah, that's big. We'll take that.
Brian, are you guys doing any kind of, didn't we do in the past like an award for the nicest
Christmas.
Christmas lights at houses?
Took this year off. It was
Okay.
the same houses every year.
And they also took Halloween off.
We did.
Yes.
Okay.
Same reasoning.
I get
On
it.
your Christmas light budget.
And I got one comment about that. No comments about raising the rates, one comment that we didn't give award away for Halloween.
Was it the same person that won last year?
It was.
Good for them.
Yeah.
Prove my point.
Yeah,
So-
right. It was. Okay, I would like to give you our Stellar Pathway progress. We had our first, what I'll call our Greendale specific meeting with our Stellar Committee. And we gave them some ideas what we were looking for, and they're gonna go back and kind of tabulate them and keep this moving on. And they are you'll start to see some surveyings shortly. We noticed, we hand-delivered and noticed all the owners down along there, as well as they're gonna have to get in a couple basements to do pre-inspections prior to doing any street work. Especially, couple things to note. Justin Billig's house, which I think is 318 Ridge, is the one that has the partial tunnel going under Ridge, still there. And the Half Moon has a sub-basement. It has a basement below the basement, which I've never seen, but I'd like to be there when we go down there. So, okay. All right, Alan, would you like to add anything to the MS4 update? I know you got your report in here, thank you.
We're right on par where we need to be, and the report's in for the year. So I think we're right where we need to be.
Good.
If you have any questions, just wanna make this right.
Okay, thank you, appreciate that. Anthony, city attorney report?
I don't have anything to add this month.
Okay, wonderful. All right, now we get into the unfinished business. So last council meeting, I told you guys we were missing a BZA member, and it's council appointment. Does anybody have any suggestions? Anybody they'd like to nominate? Anybody know anybody of any interest? So,
I actually totally forgot about it.
you guys want to wait till next January?
I don't think it's pressing, is it?
It's not pressing, we've been without for a while.
Did you guys know of anybody, or?
Yeah.
And I didn't really think about it much either, to be
Okay.
honest.
That's fine, let's push it off till January. I replaced,
Do they have a skill set they're looking for in particular?
well,
A heartbeat?
honestly, the ability to say no.
A heartbeat.
You're breathing?
Well, in the past, we've caved, and we're trying to stand firm on our ordinances and our regulations. And it's hard to do when you're looking people in the eyes, to say no. But sometimes you have to do what's right for the community. That's,
Would it be worth putting out on our Facebook page, like, if not that, like, you're gonna get it, but like, I know that you open a box doing that, but you share with the community, if you have an interest in this, let us know.
well,
and
it's council's appointment, so you guys,
Got it there.
Well, instead of having the emails bombard Becky or you, or they can send it to one of our emails address, and we can just pass it along to all of our council members, if you guys wanna do it that way.
That's fine with me.
just so you know, I replaced Patty Laux
Yeah.
with Steve Ahouse, so it was a dim for a dim. So and if you all don't know Steve Ahouse, he has a PhD in street smarts, I like to say, because that's how he operates. Yeah. So, okay. Well, let's bump that to January then.
You gonna put something out, Ryan?
Well, can we have, I have access to that, I don't know that I'm supposed to be posting on it.
Well, I don't have a problem
I
with that, do you,
can,
Becky?
I'll post it,
I don't have a problem at all.
Yeah.
I'll post something.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you.
That'd be good.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, we have multiple second readings. These are just year-end housekeeping. We do it every year. It's so Becky can pay everybody the required rates in January. So we have ordinance 2025-19, 2026 elected officials salary ordinance. This will be the second reading.
Okay, and we did have a couple corrections from the first reading. Lindsay, remind me what they were.
It was fire.
Yes, there were some amounts on the fire page that were wrong, the volunteer firefighters. And
The park.
we didn't have a rate for the parks laborer.
Okay.
It's blank.
But that's not this one, that's not elected officials.
No,
It's
just,
coming up.
Yeah.
It's coming, okay, yep,
those were the only changes on all three salaries.
okay. So we need a motion to pass, ordinance 2025-19.
So moved.
Got it first, we have a second? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Wonderful, motion carries, thank you.
Nay.
Of course. We wouldn't know Kurt was here unless.
It's just for council's ordinance, or
I get it.
salary,
We
not
know why you do
anybody
it.
else's.
Yeah, you're consistent.
Yep, I've done it every year.
This is year 10.
Yep.
Yep, okay. All right, ordinance 2025-20, 2026 non-union salary ordinance, second reading.
What was the correction for the fire?
It was, the fire calls went from 15 to 25 per run. Volunteer fireman practice went from $5 per practice to $7.50. Call-out allowance went from $2 per call to $7.50. And the overnights for the fire operators, the non-operator stayed at 14. That wasn't a change, but the operator went to 16.
Thank you.
All right. Any more questions?
Because we were gonna look at.
Y'all? Okay, I'd like to have a motion to pass ordinance 2025-20.
So moved.
Second.
Got a first and second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay, second reading of ordinance 2025-21, 2026 union salary ordinance, second reading.
No changes to this, Becky?
The only change on that one was, I think on the version we had last month, the parks labor was blank. We didn't put a rate in there, but they follow the same scale as the laborers. So
Laborers.
we just added that verbiage in there.
Yep.
Make a motion, we approve ordinance 2025-21.
Okay, we have a first.
Second.
We have a second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, motion carries, thank you. Okay, new business, so, I sent out that email a couple weeks ago that, giving you all notice that we were awarded, I think it was $496,000 from NDOT for our community crossing grant. Of the 18 mayors who part of the Southeastern Mayors Roundtable, we were one of 4 of the 18 to receive money, which it's getting harder, it's getting more competitive, it is what it is. The new governor has made life tough for a lot of mayors. So with that said, we hired HWC to help us walk us through this process. They did so. We won the award, which is an 80-20 match. So we'll have to come up with $100,000 to get the $500,000. However, there is a caveat. We have to get our ADA and Title VI plan up to date and registered with NDOT by 12/31 of 2025. If we do not have it in our hands December 31st, 2025, we forfeit the $500,000. So that's how serious this, so we contracted with HWC as well. I think we spent about $17,000 to walk us through the process. Nathaniel and I have been, Nathaniel mostly, and have I not introduced Nathaniel? I meant to do that at the beginning. Nathaniel Barrows is our new Director of Public Works. We starting his 4th week. I apologize. I made a note on my other page to do that. I should have started with that. I'd like to welcome Nathaniel, and I will make sure that you guys all have his contact. And if there's anything you see, you're concerned about, or what have you, please reach out. We've had a good 3 weeks and moving forward on the 4th. So anyway, Nathaniel tonight is going to be designated as our ADA Title VI coordinator. In doing so, that fulfills one of the obligations to the state. As Steve Lampert and others have pointed out, this becomes a living, breathing document. So as you look through it and you can see the time spent, the pictures taken, they were here 4 days, they measured, they took pictures, they they've checked everything.
Yep, well, even just communicating with you and I to double check and cross our eyes and the whole 9 yard before tonight too as well, so.
Right.
They put in a lot of time for us.
They have. So as this becomes a living, breathing document, as projects move forward, Nathaniel will cross-check them with this. So if we're doing a street and there's something on the street that showed up that, and we have to, they have brought to our attention, we have to make changes. We have to comply. So, with that said, I need a motion to pass Resolution 2025-14, designating Nathaniel Barrows as our ADA Title VI coordinator.
So moved.
Got a first?
Second.
Got a second? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you.
Does this put us in compliance now?
It will,
It
yes.
will, yeah, we're not there yet, but we will.
Yes.
Now, I was gonna ask that question. I think I heard you on the Board of Works meeting. You said the stuff that they found were just minute things, so it's not,
Yeah, nothing I mean, like, just off the top of my head, one of our curb ramps was at a percentage by like a point.
okay.
We have one table in one of, I think it's in the fire building, that it's like 2 inches higher than it's supposed to be. So very, very tiny things.
Okay.
That talking with her, it's just one of the deals, if we ever go to redo that curb ramp, make sure we do it correctly and I'll document that we did it, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Perfect. Cool. So this, we've done this in the past. I think the last one was done in 15 or 16. 16?
The Title VI was 16, the ADA we've had for quite a while.
Right. And Steve's been working towards this, but it's a moving goalpost, correct? I mean, you never nail it because something's always being changed. And that's just how the government works. We all know that. So, and this one is good for 3 years. So now we have a 2-week-long comments.
Yes, that is, that'll be for this ADA packet here. So we'll just have it outside here and let the public be able to come in, comment, et cetera, on it. And then after the 2 weeks, I will submit all that back to Katie, who's our contact. And then she will then at that point start making everything into the final documentations for us to submit to NDOT.
Just to give you guys a heads up, the mayor of Columbus, Indiana, her name's Mary, I can't tell you what her last name is. She has a husband and wife that are wheelchair bound, and they travel the city in the good weather and on their wheelchairs with digital levels.
I'll be darned. Make sure they're in compliance.
They do, and then they sue. They have an attorney that works for them. So she has spent a bloody fortune, and I've heard her tell these stories at the mayor's conference, and thank God we don't, well, we've worked hard to get where we are, let's put it that way. So, okay. All right, Becky, would you like to take the Suzie Bass request, please?
We've got a few more items on the ADA.
Yeah, we gotta,
Okay.
We need to pass
Oh.
the resolution.
Okay,
We need a motion to pass the resolution. It's 2025-14.
well, I thought we just did that, didn't we?
Yeah, I think they just passed that.
Yeah, they.
We did that.
Oh, sorry, okay.
Okay.
And then we need to pass the section 504 letter. We need a motion.
Okay, that's not on our list, but okay. So what's the 504 letter?
But the American Disabilities Act,
Yeah, it's the letter providing that we're non-discrimination that you'll sign and submit to the state. Yeah. And Greendale already has this, we're just updating it, so.
Okay, just,
Yeah.
okay, it's clerical. Okay.
So moved.
All right, got a first, we have a second.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, motion carries, thank you.
And then we have to have a motion for the Title VI letter.
There's several places to sign.
Sorry, that one's the bigger packet, the Title VI.
right here.
Okay, need a motion to pass that as well?
I'll move.
Okay,
Second.
got a first and second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, motion carries. All right,
And then there's one more.
oh, okay.
The goals and accomplishments letter needs to be passed.
All right, someone like to make a motion?
So moved.
Got a first?
Second.
Got a second? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay.
Aye.
Motion carries.
I do have a question for the board. If the plan is acceptable, does the board want this to come back again? Or do you all just want to approve what HWC has provided tonight?
I think we just go with what HWC.
Well, if, otherwise you gotta come back this
Right.
month.
Yeah, but-
Yeah, it's,
So I would suggest the board make a motion so Becky can put that in the minutes if they
Okay.
ask if that's been approved.
I'll make a motion what Anthony just said.
What do you say?
We don't need to bring it back for the approval, what HWC comes back with.
2025 ADA plan has been updated and approved.
Okay.
Paraphrasing. Paraphrasing.
Implementation plan was put together by HWC.
Yes.
They've put a lot of time and effort, as you
I'll
can imagine.
second Kurt's motion.
Okay, got a first and second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, Becky, does that clean everything up? Wonderful, okay, thank you. All right, now I'm putting you on the spot with Susie Bass.
Okay. I think you all know Beth Lansing has moved on to another position. Lindsay Marksberry has stepped into her role. And since none of us have done the payroll year end in our particular software, we would like to hire Susie Bass to just come in. Well, she's going to actually do it remotely. Just walk us through the year-end process, get the W-2s, make sure we cross all our Ts and dot all our Is. Was it $180 an hour?
Yes.
And I don't think it'll take her long. We just want to make sure we hit every step and don't mess anything up. Beth's been doing it for 13 years, and we don't really have any instructions
Did
other
you,
than the software.
Becky, did you by any chance do a not to exceed, or did she give you an idea?
We did not,
Mm-mm.
no.
No.
Okay, did she? Okay.
And if I can, the clerk treasurer has the authority to hire people on her own to assist with these things in the statute. I think she's bringing this to board to approve the contract, but the
Yeah,
funding.
I have no
she-
problem with it.
And we've met her at some of the clerk treasurer's conferences. She used to be a clerk treasurer. She now does consulting on her own. I don't think it'll take
Yeah, he did.
more than a day or
Well,
two.
he knows me, I don't care.
I don't think
I'll
it'll
move
take
to
more than-
approve.
I will second that.
Got a first and second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you all.
There you go.
Okay, this one's not gonna be so easy. The 2026 Fire Protection Agreement. So this agreement is it's with Lawrenceburg Township and Greendale. If you guys can see this, this is Greendale, obviously. This brown down here by the interstate and up here in Hidden Valley, these two spots, the guys here and here, is the area that we are being asked to cover. Which you can see, it's significant, not in population, but it is significant in acreage. So, last year, or this year to date, we've made 30 runs to Lawrenceburg Township out of a total of 263. That accounts for 11.4% of our runs. Our 2025 fire budget was $486,119. The township is proposing that they pay us $29,000 to cover that area, which is 5.9%. Long way from the 11.4% of the runs we're making out there. So instead of 29,000, it should be closer to 55,000, I feel. So they want to enjoy the same response time with the same equipment at half the cost it's costing the residents of Greendale. I have a problem with that. I'll tell you why I have a problem with that. Because in the last 4 or 5 years, an ambulance now costs what a tanker used to cost. A tanker now costs what a pumper used to cost. A pumper costs what an aerial used to cost. And an aerial costs what a new fire station costs. That's how out of whack these prices are. In fact, the mayor of Muncie, who sat next to me last week, ordered a new aerial for the city of Muncie, $1.9 million. So, the days of selling fish sandwiches to buy a new fire truck are way over. It's not even conceivable anymore. So, with that said, I'd like to have permission from the council. I'm gonna go back and talk to the township trustee, who is Mr. Walcott, and tell him that we don't find these terms acceptable, and see if they can try again. Anybody got a problem with that?
No, what were they giving us last year? Was it 25,000?
It was, it went up
So,
4,
so just went up 4,000?
yeah,
Okay, yeah,
right? Everybody agree?
I mean, I do.
Yeah, I support you.
So, okay, that's what we're gonna do. All right, Mike McLaughlin, park restrooms.
Yes, I was talking to the police chief, I don't know, and I think you guys remember last meeting, I was talking about no parking in Valley Woods, and I was talking to him about a question one of the residents had. And when I was talking to him, he had asked me, you know, where were we at on the locks for the bathroom doors? And I said, well, we kind of passed on, and it was my understanding that he really was in support of not doing them. And again, not to put the chief on, but he did say he is absolutely in support of putting them on the restrooms. He showed some, he had said that there was some graffiti, lack of a better term, in 2 of them. I don't even know if they're at night or not, but to me, I told him I was gonna bring it back up, because I think we should revisit this. And I think it's a cost of around less than $6,000, for all the restrooms. They're automatic door locks. You know, the times, I don't have an answer for that. You know, are we gonna not get some, you know, I mean, is there gonna be some graffiti during the day? Sure, there absolutely, but it just takes one more element of our, I just don't understand why those can't be locked, in my opinion.
I'm in agreement with you, and I think the times that you may have sent, or I don't know how I got these times, but it was darkness. I mean, right when it was getting dark, because the time changed.
Yeah.
And I think, so my thinking of times, if we could get this, would be at dusk. And then we change it when summer rolls around, and, you know, as you know, dusk goes till 9 o'clock, and,
Yeah, and I just think we should, you know, the police is the law enforcement, I think they should have a say in this, and, you know, I don't see the downside other than for residents who are perhaps out after it's locked. But in my opinion, I don't think that's unusual. I can't say I know for sure, but anyway, so I'm bringing it back up for discussion and hopefully a vote.
Mr. Mayor, I've got 2 comments to make.
Yes, ma'am.
Please cover this ground. To begin with, it strikes me that a decision to put locks on the bathrooms in the parks is under the purview of the park board, not this board. And I think that would be a question for the city attorney to answer. Nobody has ever approached the park board as the governing body that establishes rules for the parks about this issue. I've heard this conversation in here a couple of times. Now, the issue of the graffiti, I was not under the impression from the chief that he was all gung-ho and leading the charge to lock the bathrooms at night. After you called me, Mike, I had a conversation with the chief, and that is not the impression I got. I would ask the chief right now, are you leading the parade for locking the bathroom?
And I will say, he never, the
Well, let's
term,
not-
no,
let's not
you used the
characterize
word,
what I'm saying.
use the word leading parade, and that's a wrong use of words. It was never that. It was a discussion I was having about that, and he asked me, hey, where'd that go on? So it wasn't, he's not
Well, let's
waving a
ask
fan. Well, I'm fine asking him.
Let's ask him.
No, I'm not leading a parade for locks on or off the buildings, but my thing is, if we have hours for our parks, when the parks are closed technically, and we have to enforce that, why are we leaving the bathrooms open just for, I mean, there could be all kinds of things. They haven't happened yet, to my knowledge, thank goodness, but my biggest fear overnight when the park is closed is we could have sexual assaults, drug overdoses, any amount of horrible things you can think of in there. But, you know, the vandalism, it could curtail some of that too if they're happening in overnight hours.
Chief, has there ever been vandalism after 11 o'clock at night? in
Not
the
during
park?
my tenure that I can remember,
In
but
the
I don't know about
Huntington or the city?
5 years.
I think this is a solution begging for a problem. We have more frequent than I would prefer. We catch it on tape. It invariably happens in the evening hours. There has never been vandalism in the parks after 11 o'clock at night. Anything can happen anywhere at any time. We have a city statute that says the parks close at 11. There is no statute other than the fact that the parks open at dusk. The 4 bathrooms that we have in our city parks are there for the city, and quite honestly, the mailmen that deliver mail in the city, I see more service trucks lined up at Rand Avenue before dawn, getting ready to stage for jobs. When we have city crews out on the streets for an emergency over the weekend or in the evening, and it happens rarely, but certainly more often than graffiti has ever happened, or any kind of crime has ever happened after 11. It's a lot easier to go to that bathroom 2 blocks down the street than haul your whole operation to the city garage to relieve yourself. If there had been any kind of history of a problem between 11 o'clock when the parks close, I would think this conversation would make more sense. But I think this is not the body that question goes to. My understanding, Counselor, is that the purview of the city council is to create statutes and to establish budgets. Am I incorrect in that?
That's generally correct.
And in your opinion, as the city attorney, is the responsibility of establishing rules and regulations for the parks under the park board?
I don't know about that, but, you know, if they want to pay for locks in the bathrooms, I don't see why they can't do that.
Well, I think the problem is this. It's usage of those parks. There is a time you can say we close the parks at 11. I can almost understand that. I don't have any beef with that. But when do they open? We've got runners on the streets, and I'm on the streets in this town every day where these bathrooms are located. They go out before dawn. If there's a party at the cabin, they go past 11 sometimes. And the Rand bathroom is a park bathroom. I think our residents and entities that utilize the parks utilize those bathrooms, not every night, not every day, but there have certainly been more occasions when it's been a positive for those bathrooms to be open than a negative. Now, what my concern is, the problem of the graffiti is being used to leverage a result that didn't get leveraged some other way. And don't think that the park board doesn't worry about what goes on in the city and with the safety of our parks. I think we do a pretty good job, and we work pretty hard at it. And frankly, we could sit here and talk at every city council meeting. And if you want to pass an ordinance, put locks in bathrooms in the parks, if that is the minutia that you wish to deal with, then that's certainly your right. It seems idiosyncratic to me that we'd even be having this discussion before the issue ever came before the park board.
Well, and again, Linda, I totally disagree with you. In my opinion, we're taking care of a problem before a potential problem occurs. There is no reason for our public bathrooms, to be open at a time when there's a lot of times nothing good goes on. Are there runners? Are there people? Are there workers? Absolutely. Will they learn and change? Absolutely. I think it is just a common sense approach to handling the equipment and the buildings we have. And I know you had mentioned before about the park, it's done fall under us. And if we approve it and the park board says, no, we're not going to do it, that's your, as a park board right now, the way the hierarchy stands, that's your right.
I don't understand what you just said, that last couple of sentences.
Well, the last time when we had this discussion, you were very adamant, the way I understood it, that we didn't have a right to tell the park board to put locks on there. Okay, and so what I'm saying is that if we vote on this, and the park board decides, no, we're not gonna do it, and the attorney says, you have that right, then that's your right. And then, in my opinion, I think we as a council, who are elected officials for this city, need to take a step back and see how the board is set up, because they should be under the purview of us.
Was this voted on before?
No.
We didn't.
Never was.
Well, I'm gonna ask this question to Anthony. Who is ultimately in charge for the safety of our city?
Board of Public Works and Safety.
So,
I mean, they're in charge of the safety, they're in charge of police, fire, so,
so
security.
if they deem it necessary, they could go ahead and do that if they wanted to.
I would think so.
Would that be the more appropriate group to do that?
Yes, but they would need funding to do it. I don't know where the funding would come from this year.
Okay, since you asked, I'll speak my opinion. To me, I feel like it's kind of a waste of money. I would rather see the money go towards the cameras. I think the cameras are much more effective than a lock, in my
Do both.
opinion. If we have
Yeah, do we,
$6,000, I would rather see it go towards some cameras at the park.
But that doesn't stop, as you and I had this conversation, and I love I love Linda's opinions. I think that's healthy for us. But, I think that doesn't stop the act of something happening. If a camera, we've caught the people with the graffiti, I understand. In fact, we gave the prosecutor, and they're gonna we'll get restitution for it. Perfect, because it takes our workers and whoever it is time to clean them up and do everything. But it doesn't stop what I would consider a potential risk for the city in a time when I don't think the restrooms should be open.
Yeah, if nobody's watching those cameras, you're only acting with an
Yeah,
investigation.
we
after
aren't
the fact.
watching them actively.
You're right.
So we're always doing after the fact.
And I've said this before, if we've gotta buy cameras, we buy cameras too. That's part of safety.
I'm okay with that too.
What were you gonna say, Ron?
do we have a motion? Is there something that like we're actually,
Well, I would make a motion, but if Anthony's telling me that the more appropriate body to bring to approve this is the Board of Works, I'll defer to him. I don't know the hierarchy of everything, so, and
Maybe
Anthony, I'm kinda liking looking at you.
Well, I was thinking back, this is the first time that I can remember where the city council wanted to do something and a board or a board member spoke up and said, we don't want to do that. And so
Could I maybe propose that we ask for the Board of Works and Safety's recommendation? And we've heard Linda's recommendation and stance on it.
Well, let me say something right here. I'm speaking I'm speaking because I'm part of the park board. But this issue has never been brought formally to the park board.
Right.
I'm not speaking for the whole park board. We've never taken a vote on this. Nobody's ever approached us. And I think it's an improper way to conduct our affairs.
Well, I
I'm
sort of agree with you.
prepared to go to the park board. Once the park board said yea or nay, you take whatever their opinion was, like it or not, challenge it or accept it, then go to the Board of Works.
Well, I sort of agree with you on that, but if we're talking about safety reasons, then it's not really the park board, it's the Board of Works and Safety.
Well, I don't have any problem with it.
So after the last meeting, you did not bring it to the park board saying, hey, this came up?
No, I mentioned it, but there wasn't anybody there, nobody raised an issue, those meetings are advertised. I said it was a big discussion,
Is that the fourth Tuesday of the month at 4 PM?
pardon me,
Your meeting's the fourth Tuesday of the month at 4 PM?
generally.
Yes.
If different, it's advertised differently.
Right.
I truly don't understand when we've got some real problems in Greendale, and we do. Why this is such a thing. I don't get it. I don't get it. When there has been we're looking for a solution to a problem that.
No, we're trying to be proactive rather than reactive, in my opinion. And that's the way I would always want to conduct the city's business. always.
Especially if it concerns safety.
Want to be alerted if there's a, if there is.
Yeah, maybe, I
mean-
think, you know, I don't know, ultimately, I think we should get some more information before bringing it to vote, and maybe some recommendations.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think you're gonna get 6 bathroom locks for $6,000. I think we don't have a plan for where the money's going to come from. We haven't had a resident come in and ask for it to be taken care of. We have issues that residents have come in and asked us to take care of that we haven't taken care of, or we've just kicked down the road. There's no plan for, like, what's the long-term maintenance plan for them, who's gonna monitor them, like, I'd like, if we're gonna talk about it, to have something to actually talk about, other than, do we want bathrooms?
Vince
Or, like,
Vince
locks on
did
our
get
bathrooms.
prices on
Yeah,
those.
Vince did have prices, and I'm almost positive it wasn't, yeah.
It was like $6,300 and something dollars, I believe. And one of our guys can install them,
Mhm.
and they take care of them.
Yeah.
Linda, do you, Park Board have a meeting this month?
Yeah, next, the fourth,
Fourth. Fourth Tuesday of the month,
Tuesday.
Like,
which I think is the
yeah,
23rd.
like, which, like, if you're passionate, I think start there.
And
And if we want those, I would go there, go to Board of, go to Board of Works, take that route, but we have like thoughts and ideas of a plan, but there's no plan other than, let's do this. We've never had an issue. And
But
I get, like,
again,
we're being
but-
proactive.
Yeah, why would?
But there's
why would
100 things we
Are we
could
gonna
do.
wait until?
Can I talk, there's
Go ahead.
100 things we could do that, to be proactive on all kinds of things that,
should.
are issues, but we're not. And,
Bring them up, and that's what I'm saying, this is.
but
an
we've had
issue-
we had a petition with 60 names from residents saying, can we do something about speeding on our street? And this board hasn't done any, like, we
We
I
looked
agree.
into it,
we went the
did.
cheap route.
What's that?
We went the cheap route.
No, they
Yeah, we
wanted.
did.
Time out. They wanted stop signs, which we can't do.
But we didn't do a traffic study.
We did several.
No, you did a traffic count,
Exactly, but it.
which is not a traffic study.
Okay,
Like, that's what I'm, like, we haven't, those are two different things.
okay.
But I just think that there's real issues that we just kick down the road, and that residents are coming in and saying, let's deal with these things, and we're not dealing with them. And I'd like us to see us try to tackle some of those things and just, let's put locks on a bathroom, that's not even a problem. Yeah.
And Ryan, I don't disagree with you, I think we kicked the can down the road too, and I think the Parkside issue is a big issue, and we haven't
Is the
addressed.
Parkside issue a council issue or a Board of Works
Right.
issue? I mean, you're talking about putting stop signs and traffic studies. To me,
Well,
that's a
and-
Board of Works
Well,
issue,
I'm
not a
saying-
council.
I
It
said
came to us.
Speed bumps, it came to us.
Yeah.
And we had to deal with
Right.
it.
And
It's a natural board to come to, but.
But it went to the Board of Works as well, let's be clear. And what did the Board of Works do about it? We talked to Rosenberg, we've talked to several engineers, they all gave us the same thing. Speed bumps and stop signs on Parkside are not the way to go. So, okay.
And Ryan, so for me, yeah, I mean, I'm not ignoring that, you know, but I kind of feel like you're saying I am, but no, I think this is, I guess I just don't understand the reluctance to do it when is it gonna impact some people who wanna need to use the restroom at some hours that are late, and do we inconvenience them? Or are we gonna be reactive and something terrible happen,
Right.
and all of a sudden we're sitting there saying, we should have done that, at a cost of $6,300. It's nothing
Sure.
in the big scheme of things. So that's, yeah, I am passionate about, because I talked to the police chief, we talked, and if anybody in this city I think we should listen to, it's him.
Absolutely.
I would posit this when you're thinking about what you go and where you go and what you do. The 4 bathrooms that exist in the parks that are accessible were built sturdily so that they can be places for people to shelter in case of tornado.
And
They are
can
open.
I stop you there? And not only is she right, it's part of the Dearborn County Safety Plan.
That's fine.
Yes.
And tornadoes don't stop according to a clock. So I just.
Again, Linda, to your point.
Having those structures and having those structures open to people to use in case of emergency or in case of need, to me, seems to me to outweigh an issue that has not happened. No one cares more about the parks being safe than I do. I'm in them day and
Never
night.
said that.
But I don't see where it's the cost benefit doesn't work out for me. People use those bathrooms before daylight. They do. And they use those bathrooms when there's an emergency. And those bathrooms were constructed to be tornado shelters.
Do we have labeled as
Linda,
tornado shelters?
you're bringing up tornadoes. How many
they are
how many
tornadoes.
people have ran to one of those shelters?
first time I ever heard
Well,
of it.
last time we had a tornado.
I don't know.
Okay, but you're saying the same thing. You're acting like that's a big factor
No, I'm
when
not
we're,
saying
no. Let me finish. Let me finish. But it's a factor that's immaterial because we have not had, you said, well, we haven't had any vandalism in the evenings. We haven't had a tornado happen. So how do you know, when you say you can't? You're bringing up, you can't have both ways.
Well, let me say this to you, Michael. Nor can you.
I,
Nor can you.
in the world today, Linda, with things that happen and us having that, and again, if we vote it down and we don't do it, I'm okay with that. But I felt the need to be able to say, after talking to the chief of police of our city, it was dropped. And that's where I stand on it. And, but if Anthony thinks, I'll gladly make a motion here, and maybe it dies here, and that's okay. That is 100% okay with me. 100%. But if Anthony said it's better for the Board of Works, or, Anthony, I'm kind of leaning on you from a legal thing. I mean,
I think it would be Board of Works. I was thinking about the alarm system. I think those have been installed by the city for the most part that I'm aware of. The cameras, the chief has access to, the security alarms they have access to. So I think Board of Works is appropriate if you're talking about, locking bathrooms or safety. But Linda also mentioned, which is correct, if you want to put something in an ordinance that you can do that. So.
then I'll move to, as an ordinance, I don't know how with my,
You have to present them and we have to,
never mind then.
yeah, we can amend the ordinances if that's what you want to
Okay.
present.
Yeah, and I will, Linda, I can attend your, so it's December 23rd at 4 PM. I think I can attend. I may be out of town, but if I can, I will.
Everybody's welcome.
Thanks.
You guys want
Is
to
it
table
here?
that till then?
Table what?
Well, there's no more discussion, we're not gonna act on anything until.
I think I'd like some more information and get some feedback, and then we can bring it forward after that.
Everybody in agreement? Okay, all right, let's do that. Okay, last but not least, the 2025 annual Greendale Cemetery donation. It's a simple letter, I'm gonna read this to you guys real quick, from E.T. McLaughlin. Dear Mayor Carstetter, City Council members, and Clerk Treasurer Lyons, the Greendale Cemetery would like to request the $10,000 that was budgeted by the City of Greendale for the Greendale Cemetery Association, and I believe this was in 2025, correct me, Becky?
Correct.
Okay. The Greendale Cemetery always uses the money for tree maintenance. Any monies not used for tree maintenance will go towards the general operating expenses of the Greendale Cemetery Association. Thank you for your continued support of the Greendale Cemetery Association. This is my 14th year, and I started under Mayor Hedrick, and he was very passionate about this cemetery. And I know we have been budgeting $10,000 for as long as I can remember. Becky, agreed. I mean, I know you work over there as well.
Yeah.
So with that said, I think I'm strongly supportive of this. I'd like to continue the support of this, and I think we actually budgeted for 2026, correct, Becky?
Correct.
Okay, so what I need for you guys is a motion to allow Becky to cut the check to the Greendale Cemetery Association.
So moved.
Second.
Got a first and second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay,
I may, do I need to abstain since I'm on the cemetery board?
That'd be, yeah, that'd be.
okay,
Abstain.
all right, noted.
The one board that meets once a year.
Right, so let's back up to, audience comments. Gentlemen, any comments tonight? Okay, H? No. Okay. Well, with that, we need a motion to go home.
So moved.
So moved.
All right.
Second.
First and second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay.
Resolution around.
Oh,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
Please make sure you sign this resolution.
We are on a time crunch. Nobody leave without signing it, please.
Oh,
Yep, that has to be signed tonight.
did you find out about my little thing today?
I haven't looked yet,
Okay.
but that's within the city